Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy Nick and I'm back with another video. I'm gonna be doing something a little different today. I got this in the mail today, my eBay package. So we're gonna open it up and see what's inside. I already know what's inside because obviously I bought it on eBay. I need some scissors or a knife. All right. So, in this box, had that scissors kind of close to my face. Anyways, this box, I'm gonna just open it. All right. Oh, I'm just gonna open it right here with no surface besides that desk. Please try not to slice myself or whatever is in the box. And these scissors suck. Anyways. Thank you. Oh, the guy from eBay, he said, thank you. Just thank you. All right. So it looks like it didn't come in the original packaging, but it's bubble wrapped fairly well. I don't know the seller's name, but shouts out to the seller for bubble wrapping the hell out of it. All right, a 2010 Mac Mini server. Yes, a Mac Mini server. How you can tell between the Mac Mini server and the 2010 Mac Mini is by the disk drive. And this one does not have a disk drive. So it is the server model. There's a little piece of dust there. Other than that, everything looks pretty clean. Not really any scratches. Seller said he didn't use it very much. Just little, you know, your usual, just tiny blemishes here and there. Let's open up the bottom. And it has the installed 8 gigs of RAM. Awesome. And a little piece of, it's not lint, it's a staple. But now that we got this unboxed, let's clean it up, even though it is pretty clean already. And then we'll plug it in and get it set up. So, the reason why I got this Mac Mini, I already have a NAS in the home. It's a 10 terabyte NAS, but I don't want to really use that for much of the content that I've been saving in terms of videos and music content. Every single port on my 2018 Mac Mini is being utilized completely. It kind of came to a point where I was leaving my Mac Mini on 24/7, and I just didn't like doing that. So I wanted a dedicated Mac Mini as a server that I can keep running 24/7 and can access anywhere at any time, whether it be here at home or remotely from another computer outside of my home, which I will probably have to get into in another video because I know there's a lot of different type of networking that I have to do in order to even make that a thing. I'm just gonna get down to the basics of it, get it set up. According to the seller, he already wiped the entire thing and it should be a clean install from here. So let's get it plugged into the big display and see if I can get it running on OBS on the iMac behind me. And let's set this sucker up. All right. Sorry for the weird lighting, but got the wires I need ran to the designated area. I was running the power cable from my backup UPS backup battery. That way I can have everything neatly right next to each other. I forgot what I was about to do. Well, all I need to do is get this guy plugged in. I'm going to be using the HDMI cord from my Xbox Series X to get to the main display, which is already plugged into my capture card, and I need to turn on that iMac over there. That way I can start recording. But let's get this guy plugged in and seated right next to the 2018 Mac Mini. And get her up and running. Over here losing my train of thought. I'm just excited, man. Let's go. I gotta loosen the thing because it's not fitting. All right, hold on. Look at that. Look how many things are plugged into it. Should not be doing this while it's plugged in and running. YOLO. YOLO. That's not sketch at all. There's a thing to this. Where's the L wrench? All right. Don't know why I'm doing it like this, but I'm doing it like this. 1 and 2. I made it too loose. Let's do this again. Why did you have so much more slack the first time? And again, doing this when the machine's already on. Now let's drop it in there. And bam! Kind of throws me off a little bit, no cap. All right, so lens flare. There it is. So, plug in. Now I need to take myself over here. Excuse all this random crap that is in front of me. Let's turn on the iMac. And what do I need? What am I using? Camera, the camera app. Make sure this works. And it would probably be a good idea if I plug in the HDMI cable to the capture card. All right, so I have the Xbox plugged in. Wires wrapped around my leg, shoe. All right, plugged into the capture card. All right, now let's go ahead and unplug the HDMI cable from the back of the Xbox. Give me some more slack here. Should probably do this with 2 hands. Hold on. The HDMI cable from the Xbox Series X is now plugged into the Mac Mini. So let's get this guy booted for the very first time. There we go. I heard the boom startup screen. Ooh, I should probably hit record. Bam. All right. Well, it's booting. All right, let me get this camera back on the tripod here. So we are at the initial startup screen. All right. Found myself my old Mac keyboard with the numeric pad. So this would do. All right, so we're back here a couple days later, and I wanted to kind of tap back into this video and re-record a few things because when I initially started the first setup, there was a couple things that I wasn't very aware of and I needed to change up. So I'm gonna open up screen sharing here, and from the initial startup, I kept the same IP address. So 192.168.1.203. I'm going to type in the password and obviously username that I'm using for the new Mac Mini server. So let's log in here. And let's not worry about the updates right now. All right, so anyways, and now that we're logged into the server, I can kind of show you guys what I did in order to get everything set up. So when I had it set up the first time, it was called Oak Server. I ended up making a new user account called admin. And from there, I kind of used the initial login methods that I needed to do. Of course, automatic login to the admin. And from there, I was all good to go. So here is kind of the prime thing that you need to worry about, and it's within the sharing. This is also how you get screen sharing enabled. So what you need is check marks screen sharing, file sharing, printer sharing, if you have a printer, which I do in my case, and then remote login. And you don't really have to worry about much, just obviously have the administrators enabled and ready to go. The computer name is AWA, so when I do mount the drive, which I'll show you guys how I did this here, you press Command K, and then obviously within your connected server, type in the IP address. You don't actually have to put the SMB there. Once you type in the IP address, it will already come up. So let's connect that. And there will be an initial login screen. Again, asking you for the username and password for the server that you set up. So of course, mine's admin and the password that I set up for my server. So then the volumes come up. You choose which ones that you want. Obviously, I kind of want my backup HD, the external hard drive that I have plugged in, as well as the main hard drive and the time machine drive. So I'm gonna mount that all and get it ready to go. And you'll see right here in a second here, because this is the first time I'm actually using it today, but boom. So you can see everything came up and it's ready to go right then and there. So for the next steps was making sure all my resources are good, not having to worry about notifications and specific updates. So I went ahead and went to the notifications panel and disabled everything that I need, except obviously I need to get rid of PIA and speed test here because I just installed that yesterday. So let me get rid of that and ignore that. And we're good there. So making sure no notifications come in, because it's kind of useless. You're not going to be using this as a main machine unless you really need, the resources of a second machine to do specific things. But in my case, it's just a storage device, and I did not need to have any notifications, nor am I going to be using iMessage, FaceTime, or any of those applications, including the iCloud. So now that I'm actually even bringing up iCloud, I went to the iCloud panel. I still signed in with my initial account, but I disabled everything that I usually use in terms of like photos, mail, contacts, calendars. Don't need any of that. So I went ahead and just kept my keychain and my Find My Mac. Don't know why I just use the Find My Mac, but it's kind of a habit to kind of keep track of where everything is, even though I know exactly where it's at. Or in the case of an event that somehow I got robbed, which I know that won't happen, and I just needed to Find My Mac. So I have that ability to do that. So in terms of that, didn't really mess with much else from there. Always like to keep the firewall on, but energy saving is kind of where you need to focus as well. So have your hard drives go to sleep when it's possible, just to keep the strain off the drives. So I have that enabled, but wake on network access and start up automatically after a power failure is kind of important. I do have my UPS, my uninterruptible power supply, which is also my backup battery, plugged into the unit, so you can see that's there. which also gave me the option for my UPS. In an event of a power outage, my UPS will automatically shut down the Mac Mini, making sure that everything is saved and good to go. But again, in terms of the network panel, everything is exactly the same from the initial startup. Don't have to really worry about that. So there's that. And that is pretty much it. I'm gonna do a quick Blackmagic disk speed test and show you some of the read and write speeds that we got going on with this unit. I am very, very fascinated with the read and write speeds, and I haven't done it through my Ethernet yet with the Mac Mini, but I've done it wirelessly with some of the MacBooks that we have around the house, and read and write is absolutely fast and very reliable. So let's do this real quick. I'm going to select the target drive, which is obviously going to be locations. So we got the target drive, and obviously AWA's there. So we're gonna select AWA, and I'm gonna use obviously the main server hard drive, and I'm gonna bring it to the desktop. All right, so now that we're set up, and this is the server behind, we're on the main computer, and I'm gonna show you guys the read and write speed test, and I was able to actually utilize 4K videos, at least 30 frames per second. So it allows me to do exactly what I need it to. It does fluster a little bit in terms of trying to do 4K, but it's fine for exactly what I need it to do, especially as a main storage unit. So I don't even have to really put the stress on the Mac Mini when it comes to drive space and whatnot, and having just a bunch of different drives plugged into my Mac Mini. But as you can see here, again, it's fluctuating between 85, 90, 95 megabytes per second in the write speeds, as well as 90 to 95 in the read speeds as well. So definitely doable in terms of what I need it for, especially with like 1080p 60 frames per second videos, and just the baseline trying to get rendered 4K footage and just upload it to my other drive, just back and forth easily, and not having to really worry about overloading and not have to worry about overusing the Thunderbolt drives or the internal SSD in the Mac Mini, or the main Mac Mini, I should say. So I'm very happy with it. And again, just to show you guys, I'm using the initial 500 gig hard drives. I do plan on swapping out the hard drives with some SSDs in the old Mac Mini, which will probably help in terms of allowing me to do 4K footage and transfer that as my main unit. But till then, everything is working exactly how I like it. I'm getting good read and write speeds that are extremely doable for me, and I couldn't be any happier than I already am. So honestly, I totally recommend trying this out and utilizing that old Mac just for some storage, some extra space just laying around. So instead of using it as a paperweight, might as well go ahead and use it for some extra storage, right? If you guys have any feedback to give me, or even questions or even concerns for me, drop a comment below and hit that like button. Also hit that subscription button, as well as the notification bell, so you don't miss any future videos. I will start posting more frequently. I know I've been kind of slacking lately, but got a new camera, got some new gear, and I'm ready to take this to another level and kick it into high gear. So thank you guys so much for watching my video, and I will see you guys in the next one. All right, peace.